The big title match that we all thought we were going to get from SmackDown has been announced, and we're going to get into everything that happened on SmackDown right here, right now. So stay tuned. This is your SmackDown review. What's up, Maniacs? My name is Mex. I'm a wrestling fan, a wrestling enthusiast, a WrestleManiac, if you will. And today we are talking SmackDown, another really good show from SmackDown with a few stories moving forward. We are obviously coming close to the TLC pay-per-view, which is going to happen in about 2 weeks' time. So stories are being put in place, and then we're going to talk about everything that took place right here on the show. So if you want to find out what happened, stay tuned. And if you didn't know, right here at WrestleManiac UK, I discuss everything that is WWE and AEW. So if this sounds like the place for you, make sure you click the subscribe button and make sure you hit the notification bell so you get notified each and every time I drop a new video. I was going to say, if you are watching on Facebook and if you're watching on YouTube, make sure you also smash the like button. Give us a thumbs up. It's thoroughly appreciated. Right. Ladies and gentlemen, without further ado, let's get into the review. And the show started with Kayla Braxton being in the ring. And she was really upbeat and had a different kind of personality to her. And she was like doing a bit of what, you know, the whole Justin Roberts does for Kenny Omega before Kenny Omega comes out on AEW. And she was reeling off Roman Reigns' accolades before Roman Reigns came out with Jay Uso and Paul Heyman. And he did say, you know, you did miss out certain accolades and stuff like that. If you want to do it properly. The mic was passed over to Paul Heyman and he missed out. You know, he said what she missed out, which is effectively the reigning defending champion, all of that, the tribal chief, Roman Reigns. And then she went on to ask him not one, but two questions, which Roman Reigns deemed as stupid questions. He was saying, you know, we've given you an opportunity, you know, there's established people like Michael Cole that can do this job. He's given you an opportunity. Paul Heyman that you do talking smack with has put his neck out on the line. And you're here asking me stupid questions about Kevin Owens and he fears me and he doesn't fear me and all of this kind of stuff. Roman Reigns was absolutely disgusted, absolutely made Kayla Braxton feel like she was so small. But yeah, that was a really good way to start the show, like belittling her, especially the fact how she's kind of treated Jay Uso in recent weeks. So it was kind of fitting in a way that she kind of got what was coming to her, because she's been a bit cheeky with Jay Uso. Let's not lie. So Kevin Owens comes down to the ring, and Kevin Owens is obviously still lobbying very much for his Universal Championship match, for a one-on-one with Roman Reigns. And Roman Reigns grants him the TLC match. And it's at TLC, and it's going to be a TLC match. So I hope the fact it's going to be at TLC, in a TLC match, they're going to actually hold the Universal Championship over the ring, because you know WWE gets stupid sometimes. I have a TLC match and it's still pinfall or submission finish. So I hope the Universal title is over the ring and it's an actual, you know, ladder match in that sense, to get the title down. So we still expect Roman Reigns to retain, but yeah. So but before that challenge was kind of laid out and accepted, when it was laid out, Jay Uso just took the mic from Paul Heyman, who was passing it to Roman Reigns at the time, and basically accepted the challenge of that, the tag team match on the night. And later on backstage, you know, he was kind of apologizing. Jay Uso was apologizing to Roman Reigns. Look, I got ahead of myself and everything, but he was disrespecting us. I can't let him do that, blah, blah, blah. Roman Reigns said, look, I understand, but, you know, for actions, there are consequences. And he just left it at that. Told Jay Uso, I love you, and then walked away. So there's still going to be something brewing between these guys. It's very entertaining, the fact other stories are happening with Roman and other characters and stuff like that, and even Jay and other characters, that there is still tension between Roman and Jay Uso in that respect. Moving on, after this segment, we had the women's division, Natalya versus Bayley. We had Bianca Belair on commentary, and I would have assumed Bayley would have won here, you know, kind of build herself up a bit towards Bianca Belair. However, that wasn't the case. Bianca Belair, I guess, served as a distraction for Bayley at ringside. Bayley was trying to kind of do stuff to impress Bianca Belair and show her, I'm not scared of you, sort of thing. But Bianca Belair eventually came off commentary and got closer to the ring, didn't interfere or anything. And like I said, the match itself was very short. Nothing really major happened in the match. Natalya eventually got the win with a sharpshooter where Bayley tapped out. Bianca Belair was at ringside mocking Bayley for tapping out. Yeah, this was a bit of a nothing match, but I think we're all kind of waiting for what the Bayley and Bianca Belair program itself is going to look like. I'm not sure if they'll get a match at TLC. And I'm not sure if they'll get a match at Royal Rumble, but they might have a spot, in the Rumble match itself. And then maybe after that, we kind of get Bianca Belair versus Bayley. Unless this is just going to be like a SmackDown exclusive kind of feud where this doesn't kind of lead to pay-per-view. But it is going to be entertaining. Bianca Belair has kind of got the one up on her last week and this week, and Bayley's kind of chasing in that respect. But yeah, this was pretty decent from a character building point of view, but the match itself wasn't anything to really talk much about. Next up, we had a 6-man tag match: Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan, and Big E versus Sami Zayn, Shinsuke Nakamura, and Dolph Ziggler. This was a tribute, like a remembrance match for the late Patterson that passed away this past week. These are all, apart from obviously Sami Zayn, who is a current Intercontinental Champion, these are all like former Intercontinental Champions. And obviously Pat Patterson was the first ever Intercontinental Championship. They had his actual Intercontinental belt that he won back in 1979 at ringside. Doesn't look anything like the belts you get today. Not my fancy, but it's vintage. It is what it is. It's history. So yeah, that was a nice touch, and obviously rest in peace to Pat Patterson. The first noticeable thing that happened in this match was Big E's entrance. Big E has now moved away from his New Day styled entrance. Big E has now got his little thing now is Think Big. He's got his own merch. He's got his own Titron and everything like that. They've brought back I'm gonna get slaughtered for this because I can't remember what it's called. But the gym, the powerlifting powder that them man use. You know what I'm talking about, innit? They brought that back to his entrance where he puts it on his hands and gets down to the ring, and obviously that's something he used to do back in the day. So kind of showing us they're still invested in this singles push of Big E by doing these little things. And he had new gear, which I think still said New Day on the back, but it was different to anything he's worn before. So yeah, this was a pretty fun match, pretty decent match. Everyone kind of got their spots in. The match finished with Daniel Bryan and Sami Zayn in the ring, and various attempts from both to try to get the win. We saw a yes lock attempt by Sami Zayn, by Daniel Bryan, which I thought was going to finish Sami Zayn. Didn't quite. We saw different like roll up attempts from both guys, and eventually Sami Zayn got pinned by Daniel Bryan. So Daniel Bryan got the win, which I guess kind of reignites Daniel Bryan's feud with Sami Zayn towards the IC title. I thought we were kind of moving towards Big E and Sami Zayn. Obviously, last week they had a little backstage segment. It could be all three of them. Who knows? But yeah, Daniel Bryan got the win for his team here. And there were some shenanigans after the match being held by Dolph Ziggler. I think this was what was in typical Pat Patterson kind of thing that he used to do. But in the end, Dolph Ziggler got laid out by the face team. And the face team, the winners, stood tall: Rey Mysterio, Daniel Bryan, and Big E. So yeah, that was a pretty decent match and segment, and a nice little tribute for Pat Patterson. Right, guys, before we move on to the rest of the show, if you're enjoying the review, please make sure you smash the like button, give us a thumbs up. It's thoroughly appreciated right here at WrestleManiac UK, and it does loads for the channel. So if you are enjoying today's review, please smash the like button. Thank you very much. We'll move on to the next match, which was a match between Buddy Murphy, or Murphy as he's called now, and King Corbin. Obviously, these guys had a match last week, and the Mysterio family were very, very invested in the outcome and making sure that Murphy won, to the point where a lot of us questioned, are the Mysterio family heels? At this point, are they heels? Are they turning heel? There was no semblance of that this particular week. King Corbin came out to the ring with two figures, men dressed in suits that had hoodies on. I looked. I thought, is that Steve Cutler and what's the other guy's name? Wesley Blake. It looked like them. I think just before Corey Graves said it on commentary, I confirmed in my head that is them sort of thing. So yeah, it looks like they've kind of been separated away from Forgotten Sons, which was good because they were basically being punished for something Jackson Riker said, and they didn't necessarily all believe in, or at least didn't say publicly. So it's good they've kind of broken away from that. Jackson Riker looks like he's probably still in the shadows of things. They were basically King Corbin's henchmen to keep the Mysterio family away from pulling the same tricks this week. Murphy and Corbin had a slightly better match than they did last week. Maybe they're developing some chemistry. I guess it's still kind of not there. But yeah, the Mysterio family were totally not involved. These henchmen left it to the last minute. They attacked the Mysterio family, which obviously took away Murphy's attention. Murphy went to kind of stop them from doing that. He got thrown back into the ring, or re-entered the ring, and got basically blindsided with the end of days. Corbin then pinned Murphy for the win. So yeah, that was King Corbin now being more ready than he was last week. He had the help of the henchmen to cause this distraction, so to speak. And yeah, he got one over on Murphy. So I'm sure there's probably going to be a rubber match in this series as it's one apiece as it stands. We had a war of words, a split screen interview between Sasha Banks and Carmella. This was all right. To kind of obviously further on their feud. Sasha Banks got one up on Carmella last week. And this was Michael Cole on commentary asking both ladies diva questions. Sometimes these aren't very good, these split screen things, and they should probably just get in the ring and do it, sort of thing. But you know what? I have to hand it to her. Carmella showed up, and Carmella actually won this segment for me. She made a lot of reference to Sasha Banks. This is your dream. This is everything you wanted. You wanted this since you were a little girl. You done indies. You then got to NXT, where I was in the class with you. Me, I just came here on a whim. I literally came out of, doing her cheerleading stuff that she used to do, came into the performance center, learned everything that you've been training to do. She said my SmackDown reign as champion was longer than all of your championship reigns put together. Sasha came at her in terms of, you had helped to win the ladder, the Money in the Bank. Then you kind of attached yourself to R-Truth. Carmella came back with, I can't help it if men are attracted to me, if men always want to be around me. Carmella won this. Carmella definitely won this. And, Sasha Banks was still very good on the mic, but Carmella came through with, the shade and really putting her point across. I thought it was really cheesy at the end when she just said bye and then it closed like a TV. She came off the screen, but I think Carmella has really showed that she won't be a pushover in this feud. She's gonna put up a decent fight. I still expect Sasha Banks to retain when it's all said and done, whenever these guys are gonna have their match. But yeah, this was a decent segment to kind of further their feud. Last but not least, we had the main event, Kevin Owens and Otis. I'm trying to remember what they were calling him. Blue Collar Brawler. That's what they were calling him. For the entire show, building up this match, they were calling Otis the Blue Collar Brawler. When has Otis ever been a brawler? I mean, maybe that's his new character, maybe that's his new thing, but before today, he's never been a brawler, never shown that kind of side to him. He's always been this fun-loving guy in the ring. Anyway, Otis and Kevin Owens versus Roman Reigns and Jay Uso. Early doors, Roman Reigns never came to the match. He's back to pulling that stunt that he was pulling in the summer. I'll join the match when I want to. And probably these are the consequences, or what we thought was going to be the consequences of Jay Uso accepting this match in the opening segment of the show. Jay Uso wrestled on for a while, a handicap match basically against Otis, against Kevin Owens, to the point where maybe about halfway through the match, Roman Reigns finally appeared. He finally appeared and got on the apron. And Jay Uso was mixing it up with Kevin Owens, never really in the ascendancy so much. There was one point where Roman Reigns got into the ring, knocked Otis off the apron, beat Otis up around the ring area, threw him into the steps, took away the steps, disjointed them, and literally plummeted Otis with these stairs as if he wanted to kill him. It was like repeated hitting him with the stairs. And it's like, bro, take it easy. Like, even I felt sorry for Otis. I was thinking, man, relax, man. Otis got escorted out of the match. That was him done for the match. So it was just basically now a handicap match on the other side of things. Roman Reigns and Jay Uso against Kevin Owens. The next kind of big thing that happened in this match is Jay Uso was going up top for the win, for the frog splash, the splash that he does. Roman Reigns said, "Come down. I'm the tribal chief. This is my show. I get the finish. Come down, tag me in." Jay Uso was taking his sweet time to do it. Came down, eventually picked up Kevin Owens to, make the tag to Roman Reigns. Kevin Owens attacked Roman Reigns, knocked him off the apron. Kevin Owens delivered a stunner to Jay Uso. And I think Jay Uso kicked out, but as Kevin Owens kind of got back up again, Roman Reigns ran back into the ring, applied the guillotine to Kevin Owens, effectively got disqualified because he wasn't the legal man. Roman Reigns ordered Jay Uso to go to the ringside area and get some chairs. Jay Uso came in with 2 chairs, and these lot flogged Kevin Owens with these chairs. Honestly, they beat the crap out of him with these chairs. While this was happening, you just see Roman kind of turn his attention. Jay Uso threw his chair on the ground, thinking that they were finished with Kevin Owens. Roman Reigns turned his attention to Jay Uso and beat Jay Uso down with the chair. When will you listen? Why don't you respect me? All of this kind of stuff. There is consequences for your actions. So these are obviously the consequences that Roman Reigns was referring to. You need to listen to me. This is why we didn't win this match, etc., etc. Beat down Jay Uso. He then asked for his Universal Championship from Paul Heyman that has it at ringside, was telling Kevin Owens, this is what you want. You got my attention. You wanted the match at TLC. You've got that. Some more words towards Kevin Owens. And Roman Reigns ends the show standing tall in between plummeted Jay Uso and Kevin Owens, holding up his Universal Champion. Piping in the boos and the "you suck" and all of that kind of stuff WWE were doing. Roman Reigns is laying it on thick as a heel, man. I think especially the fact that it's like Jay Uso has taken his side now. Jay Uso gets it. He said that, but he's still laying into Jay Uso. It's crazy. It's really crazy. Roman Reigns is not a liked man at all. But like I said, we're going to get a TLC match at the TLC pay-per-view. I hope it's a genuine ladder match for the Universal Championship, because that would be very good. I can't remember the last time we saw. I think we saw Roman Reigns in a Money in the Bank match quite a while ago. I think that's the last time I've seen him in any kind of ladder match like that. So want to see him in a ladder match. That would be very, very fun. And that should help kind of sell the TLC pay-per-view, because right now it's looking a bit light. But yeah, that was your SmackDown review, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope you enjoyed the show as well. Make sure you let me know down below in the comments what you thought of the show. Guys, make sure you smash the like button. It does a lot for the channel. I thoroughly appreciate it every time you guys do. So please hit the thumbs up button. And if you're new here, welcome to the channel. Please remember to subscribe. Please remember to hit the notification bell so you get notified every time I drop a new video. And we have new videos coming, as well as these reviews that we do every day after every show. We're gonna get some new content coming on Monday. There's an Undertaker special on my channel right now saying what the greatest Undertaker streak matches were. So if it's something you're interested in, please go and check those out right now. WrestleManiac UK signing out, and I'll see you soon.